Okay, I'm just taking some time out to check in. I actually have a few reflection questions that I wanted to go over for myself, and I'll just throw it out there to anyone and everyone if you want to tap in, but I'm also just banking this for my personal reference. All right, so first question. Reflect on the past year and what were your most significant lessons? Off the rip, I want to say drink water and mind my business. Like, I really just needed to put all my energy into myself. So that's definitely in the works moving forward, is to focus on myself. Coincidentally, with the word of the year at Transformation Church being focus. So I'm definitely on board for that. Reflect on your achievements from last year. I definitely would say the biggest achievement for me was committing to this YouTube channel. So it's been a long time dream of mine to be a content creator in some form or fashion. And right now I have the opportunity to do that. And I can say I've been fully committed at least for the past 6 months. So definitely starting the YouTube channel and pushing through that has been one of my biggest achievements in 2024. And then describe one new habit you want to start this month. I would say, I would say, well, I think I've already started, but I definitely would say committing to my devotionals. So reading my Bible, committing to my, oh, that's actually a notification for a devotional. I have the Bible app on my phone, so I just program different things and they give me reminders. So yeah. Hello, Sunny Gaming Studio. Uh, how do you how do you plan to improve your health this year? I think the biggest like overarching thing for me is to actually just have some type of routine, have a routine, have an agenda so I can just break it all down. I really want to have a better sleep hygiene. I really want to have a better evening routine. And I feel like all of those different routines will contribute to my overall health and well being. I'm definitely not Amish. It doesn't give Amish whatsoever. But thanks for asking. Um, how can you show more kindness to yourself? Is there another similar outlet that you can find, another sport maybe? What do you mean by normal YouTube live stream? Thank you, JMG. Um, okay, so yeah, it's starting to get weird now. This is why people don't like to go on live. You guys are weird. This is big weird energy. Stop this. Um, okay. How can you show more kindness to yourself? So, showing more kindness to myself looks like just extending more grace. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself to overachieve. And you definitely can have goals, but you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself to commit to the deadlines and timelines. Like, life happens. Life happens. And how can you declutter your life and mind this month? I mentioned about the no buy year. So I feel like I'm going to be purging clothes and just making use of. I feel like if you are decluttering and just throwing things away, then that's still wasteful. So just making use of all of the things that I have and not replacing things until I've fully used all the others. What part of your life needs the most attention right now? I think off the top of my head, it's really just my prayer life. I feel like I need to definitely press into that a lot more, and it will definitely help me to feel a lot more grounded. And again, going back to my words of the year, building a strong foundation going forward, a stronger foundation going forward. Thank you, JMG. What kind of prayer? That's a great question. Just prayer in general for giving thanks, gratitude prayers, prayers for, I don't know, my deepest heart's desires, just whatever that applies to like everyday life on a regular basis. Just making sure that everything is surrounded by prayer so that it can feel or it can be uplifted and even covered. Yes, a Christian prayer, if that's what you meant. Thank you so much. The WMBW Life. That's a really interesting name. Thank you for showing love to the globe print, for sure. And then thank you for liking and subscribing. All right, so I'm just going over a few questions, reflection questions, just to reflect on the past year and what life looks like going forward. Mm, it says describe how you've grown since the start of the year, but we're only at the start of the year. Um, so not much really applies to that. Oh, right, a memorable moment. Okay, what else do we got? Prayer, I think some people can agree that prayer can be a form of meditation because it's also like the process of centering yourself, like mindfulness and centering yourself, and then just focusing on what it is you're praying for. I think they're the same act in terms of how your brain is processing. They're pretty much the same act, in my opinion. What about any of you? Do you have any goals, ambitions, things that you feel like need improvement going into the new year? Have you read books on prayer? Not really. Do you have any recommendations? I basically just get a sense of prayer, just going to church, and again, I need to read a lot more in my Bible, but from that perspective. No more questions? What about prayer makes it a mystery? Okay, let me see what other questions I can pull up. Some of these are a little bit deep for live. I think I just need to become better prepared the next time. But um, I'll put it out there to everyone then, or the few that are watching. What is a current challenge you are facing? There are many forms of prayer. Some people pray but do not connect. Absolutely. But why do you believe the disconnection occurs? Or what do you think that they need to do to build a stronger connection through prayer? For me, just based on what you had said earlier in terms of meditation, I feel like it's about taking yourself into kind of like a separate mind space so that you can fully commit silence, precisely. So that's why a lot of people create like prayer rooms and prayer corners to just create isolation so they can just focus on whatever it is they're praying toward. So that's also like a good practice. So you're also avoiding just all distractions. Sometimes, you pick up your phone, you start scrolling, and you don't even know why. So just to kind of cut everything else off and focus on the prayer. I will do my best to show up on more lives. Like, I'm a big introvert and lives can be a little bit awkward, so I'm a work in progress. Hello, the 5Gs. Thank you for coming out to the live. Truly appreciate it. Okay, so I have some questions that I'm going over. Um, let's see. That's a bit challenging. When I'm struggling, I find strength in. I have to think about that for myself because I'm struggling with the struggling. When I'm struggling, I find strength in. I think the pretty obvious answer is I find strength in my faith, right? As challenging as it may be sometimes, that definitely is part of my firm foundation. And it's an easy point of reference to be able to connect with God and just pour out your heart and your soul and your wants and your needs and just having faith in the source to carry you through. So that's something I find strength in, but that's also something I need to improve on. Thank you for coming out regardless. I truly appreciate it. Any second of your time, you and everyone that you offer me is invaluable. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Exactly. But you see, you're being very intentional about making the effort to pray nonetheless. All right. So that's 15 minutes. I feel like that's a job well done. So we'll build from here. Um, can't really commit to a schedule as to when I'll be back, but I definitely will try to be more frequent. All right. Thank you, everyone, and good night, and have a great Monday.